meeting is being recorded.
All right, and we're back. So quick round the horn. My name is Chris Gennari, season ticket holder, San Francisco 49ers, section 410, row 4, seats 8 and 9. With me, as always, is Corey Alder, also section 410, row 5, 16, 17.
Yes, sir.
All right. And then he's not messing around with no sections. He's our club man. He's in the Polaris Club. Mr. Shawn Alder, US Bank Stadium, Minnesota Vikings. And this episode of Season Ticket Holder, a Banners Quarterly production, we are going to talk about one of the biggest mistakes people make, and that is not taking in the full experience when you go to an NFL football game. You've got to hit your pregame. You got to hit your tailgates. It's just as important as getting kickoff. Yes, cheers. Cheers, gentlemen. Cheers. So there's your introductions. And this last year, Corey had his first experience doing a tailgate at Levi Stadium with me.
That's right. Yeah, I kind of had in my mind what the tailgating would be like, but until I stepped into that parking lot, I just felt it in my bones, and I was like, here. The music was blasting, people were grilling. There was a nice little fog settled on the stadium in the background, and people playing catch with football. And yeah, it was just,
Yep.
I never experienced anything like it. I've been to tailgates before, but yeah, that was special.
We might have had a beer or two beforehand.
Yeah, maybe one or two. Yeah.
We might have had a brew or two, but the anticipation and the buildup, it's absolutely special. And when you attend these games, it's just as much as like I said, being there for kickoff is being there for that and that camaraderie.
Did you guys attend the individual tailgating that all the random fans put on, or the official tailgating that the 49ers put on?
We went to we just walked around, basically kind of mingled a little bit with just the fans, and everyone had their, their parking spots and their individual tailgates. And that was something else.
Which is something we should probably dig into on how to get a tailgating spot, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a different episode, but yeah.
Yeah.
The official BQ tailgate coming to you in the future.
Yeah. Right. And the cool thing is too, we didn't really have any plans walking in there. We were walking around. We happened to
no agenda.
Yep. We kind of ended up hanging out behind a couple of guys that were watching the morning games on their TV there. And we started watching it with them, and they invited us in for some beer and some food. And so that was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Steven. No last names, but we don't know him. But yeah. Steven, and that's fan goals right there. They saw us kind of like we were like these two lost little puppies, but loving every minute of it.
Yep.
As lost puppies will do. And they invited us in, and gave us steak, like literally gave us steak and lawn chairs, and we watched the game with them. And it just, stuff like that resonates with you. So when you plan these events and you go to these games, you need to make sure that you get the full experience, and that includes pregame and tailgate. Yep. And I think Corey might have something special linked up here. Are we close to the 410 mark, Shawn?
I didn't set the timer.
We're getting pretty close. I got it. Okay. So one of the other things too that was a pretty cool pregame moment. We walked up towards our 410 section there.
Mm-hmm.
Found a couple of seats and partook in a little bit of beer drinking out there on the mezzanine. Well, that was pretty cool. That was a cool moment.
I look like I'm in a hot tub.
Don Chris, we call it Don Chris.
That's the Don Chris, and I love that photo. And so like when you go to Levi Stadium is they have these mezzanines that go around the stadium, and they have those chairs. I think they're called Adirondack chairs. I'm not. Am I close? And there's just a nuance to that you get to sit in these chairs and you get to drink beer and hang out and talk to your buddies. And Corey and I, we also, there's these great places in Levi Stadium to go and watch pregame, and warming up and whatever. And it is all a part of that before the game experience, and it's just as much as when they get that action going. And I just want to preface this. So Shawn's going to go into some of his Polaris Club stuff, and this is not one-upsmanship. Okay, that's not what he's doing here. He's not trying to take the Adirondack mezzanine experience and poo-poo it. That's not who he is as a person. But this is the experience that this is the pregame experience Shawn has as a Polaris Club member. Shawn?
Yeah, let me share my screen here. Okay. So the cool thing about the Polaris Club is we get right down by the action, and we can get literally on the field with these guys. So this was last year against the Lions. Jamaal Williams, one of the running backs, super cool guy.
Cheers, Jamaal Williams.
Yes, of course, he is.
Yep.
Class act.
That was a dude move.
He was signing autographs for kids, talking to people. He was just, if you ever watch his post-game interviews, he's such a cool guy. But me and him and my family that I took literally caught a ball and threw it back to him. It was cool. We got to play catch with Jamaal Williams, which is pretty cool.
Did you nail the throw?
Of course.
That's so cool.
Here's his mezzanine and Adirondack chairs.
This is our club section. So we can enter through here, and then you can go all the way down to the field and talk to everybody. I have one more if I can pull. Oh, here we go.
Gorgeous stadium.
So just part of my career, I'm more involved with like sports performance. So I love all the stretching and all of the pregame stuff.
Yep.
So we'll go down there and we'll watch all these guys, what stretches they do. The coaches come out. The Seahawks owner came and talked to us. Yeah, it's just really cool being that close to the field and watching how NFL teams actually stretch before a game. I don't know, something that you don't really think about, right?
Yeah.
And this is what I love about NFL games, though, is both of those things are great. Like I mean, yeah, being down in that club level, that's a heck of an experience. But even being up in the seats, where Section 410, it's still great. It's still beautiful. It's still you still feel the vibe of the stadium and the energy, like that collective energy that you have. And that's if you haven't been to an NFL game, you got to go to an NFL game. It is an experience.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
But yeah, so talking tailgating, for Vikings games, we have like a personal tailgating and also an official tailgating, right? I went with a Seahawks fan to the Seahawks game. Our buddy Devin.
Mm-hmm.
So he had a Seahawks shirt on. I had a Viking shirt on. So as we walked through the personal tailgating, we got booed left and right, of course. So we didn't really tailgate with individuals. We went to the official tailgating, which you can bring your own beer. We just brought a cooler full of Busch Light, of course, and and sat on the patio and listened to the official DJ, and mingled amongst other Vikings fans and Seahawks fans.
Love it.
And then got into the game when the doors opened. That's what we do. We get into the
same.
game. You have to buy the tickets, get there as soon as you can.
Yep.
Enjoy.
Don't miss the full experience.
Yep.
So I don't know if I ever told you guys this story. I flew out of Oakland one time on a game day. And this was when the Raiders were still in Oakland, and I flew out at like 6 a.m. red eye special. And my buddy, actually an also Colstrip guy, drove me to the airport in Oakland, and it's still dark out. And I swear this is a true story. And we see outside the Coliseum, because they're playing the Oakland Coliseum, we see these like little lights, like whatever, and I'm like, those are little fires or whatever. And it was dumpster fires for the pregame of an Oakland game. I swear it's true. And people like, no. If you're an Oakland Raider fan, now Las Vegas Raider fan, if you're a Raider fan, you've got to affirm that story for me, because people try to fight me on it. I swear we were driving by it, and it's like it was game day and they were out there in the dark, and that's what it's all about. And going back to your point about Devin, anytime the opposing fans come, good-natured ribbing is as far as it should go. If it's not good-natured, get it out.
Oh yeah.
Like don't be that fan. Like if you're at Levi's Stadium and you're an opposing team, even a Seahawks fan, like you deserve a certain amount of respect and whatever. Good-natured ribbing. Be ready for some good-natured ribbing. Come on.
Right.
It
Yeah.
is a two-way street, right?
Yeah.
Two-way street, but keep it good-natured. But
Well, let's
Sean,
discuss sports really quick. So, like baseball, Corey, how many games are there in a year?
162.
So that's 81, if my math is correct. Home games.
Yep.
NBA, who cares? NHL, there's what, 80?
I like the NBA.
You and 4 other people. There's a handful of games. Anyway, with the NFL, there's 16 games, right?
17.
8 are home games. If your team does not have a home game in Mexico City or London or Germany.
Right.
So you're looking at 7 to 8 home games. That's what makes it special. Am I right?
Yep.
Yep. Yes. Absolutely. It's an event. And it's all of it, you know. And Corey and I were going to go to the museum before the game, and we didn't have time for it. So Levi Stadium has a museum, and I'm glad we didn't push it. We didn't push it, and it's something we saved for another time.
Yeah. I'm going this
But
time.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, you know, short story long, gentlemen. Short story long. I'm not very good at long story short. I never have been. Is you've got to get to all of the pieces to it. You pay a premium for those NFL tickets, and it's worth every penny. You pay a premium. Speaking of which, we have our email addresses. You can buy tickets from us. See how I did that?
That was nice.
I know. And we will give you the fairest deal in town. We're always going to give you the fairest deal in town. But if you go, don't miss all of it. You got to do all of it because it is special. So, all right, gentlemen. Cheers.
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 Till next time.
Till next time.